Alright guys, so earlier today we got some major news about which character Jude Law is actually going to be playing in Marvel's upcoming movie, Captain Marvel. Something that both the actor and Marvel themselves have been putting a weird amount of effort into keeping quiet.
So you're not, I thought you were Marvel, you're not Marvel.
I can't tell you who I am.
But you're not Marvel or you are Marvel?
I can't tell you who I am.
I mean, Variety did manage to confirm about a year ago that the dude was going to be playing Carol's comic book love interest slash future namesake Mar-Vell, aka the original Captain Marvel, so why the huge push to keep everything secret? Now before I get into it and start talking about who all Jude Law really is in this movie, I do want to drop a quick spoiler warning because even though this is something that a ton of people have been theorizing since the first trailer dropped back in September, it's never been officially confirmed or denied by anybody working on the movie. So like I said, major spoilers for the movie ahead, you've been warned. Now as you might have seen, Funko released the first official look at the full line of figurines for Captain Marvel earlier today, including like a billion versions of the titular character, young Nick Fury, and 2 different versions of Carol's cat, who's been named after Tom Cruise's wingman from Top Gun in this movie instead of Chewbacca like in the comics. Because fuck you, that's why. Now as cool as it is to finally see the full lineup of figures, you might have already seen these things if you happen to follow an Instagram account by the name of @NerdyDad, who actually posted a bunch of pictures of the full lineup yesterday. But whatever, right? I mean, toys get leaked all the time. Everybody kind of expects to see these toys and figurines and stuff like that way ahead of their release dates by this point. Well, the interesting part comes from our first look at this figure here, who's referred to as Star Commander in the official Funko release, whereas the Instagram post actually shows it featuring the name Yon-Rogg, a major Captain Marvel villain in the comics who, to put it simply, is a powerful Kree commander who was actually somewhat responsible for Carol getting her powers and eventually becoming Captain Marvel herself. Why is that important? Well, I don't know if you've been keeping up with the Captain Marvel rumor mill lately, but basically it's been theorized by a lot of people that Jude Law is actually playing the villainous Yon-Rogg in the movie rather than Mar-Vell as previously reported. Don't worry, we're gonna circle back to this later. And that he'll be the main villain in the movie rather than the Skrulls, as the trailer and previous announcements would have you believe. Now I know we should always take any kind of leaks, toy leaks especially, with a grain of salt. I mean, even assuming that the details on the packaging or the toy itself are accurate, we have seen tons of movie tie-in toys over the years that don't really have anything to do with the final product anyway. Remember this thing that got everybody even more hyped for Infinity War? Plus, considering how this post seems to be the first appearance of these pictures, and how they supposedly came from an anonymous source, normally I would say that this is just Photoshop or something and leave it at that, but here's the thing. @NerdyDad's post went up on the 29th, nearly a full day before Funko released their official look at all the figures. And on top of that, while I was looking around to see if this picture is a fake or went up anywhere else first, I've been seeing a bunch of websites listing pre-orders for the Captain Marvel line of figures, and all of them, literally all of them, originally referred to this figure as Yon-Rogg before changing the name to Star Commander at some point. If this was a fake, maybe I could see 1 or 2 of these websites getting bamboozled or something, maybe, but all of them? You mean to tell me nobody bothered to reach out to somebody and ask if any of this information was legit? Of course, this isn't exactly a huge spoiler. Tons of people have been theorizing this since the first trailer dropped, and him being the main bad guy would also explain why Marvel hasn't wanted to tell anybody who he's supposed to be.
So are you Marvel?
I mean, if you're making a movie and who one of your actors is playing winds up being a big twist in the movie, wouldn't you want to keep that information secret too? Of course, this brings us back to the original rumors and confirmations that Jude Law is really playing Mar-Vell. Wouldn't confirmations from over a year ago definitively prove that these toy leaks are fake? Sure, it's possible, but keep in mind, later stories and comments from Jude Law himself have kind of thrown the idea of him being the original Captain Marvel in doubt. So, considering how Mar-Vell is dead in the comics anyway, maybe we'll see Marvel add a whole bunch of his backstory to a disguised Yon-Rogg. Like maybe the explosion that gives Carol her powers also killed the real Mar-Vell, and Yon-Rogg, who probably caused the whole mess as part of some evil plot or whatever like in the comics, covers everything up by wiping Carol's memories and taking Mar-Vell's appearance, only to get called out sometime towards the end of the movie. Honestly though, as much as I like this idea, saying it out loud does make it feel a bit like the Mandarin twist from Iron Man 3, so I'm not entirely sure if Marvel's gonna want to do that again. But you never know, right? But anyways guys, that's what's going on with the latest leak for Captain Marvel and my take on it. If you guys agreed with anything I said in this video, or if you have your own theories you want to throw out there, then go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, I will see you all next time. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, then go ahead and click that like button, and if you're new, maybe consider clicking that subscribe button too. I've also got links to my Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Patreon in the description. You should probably check those out too. And if you want to see more of my content, then you can click the link to my last video. It's right there in the middle of your screen. Alright, and I will see you all next time.